Alright, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy King Red Diamonds, and today I'm bringing you a new series that I'm starting. I've had a lot of requests about it for newer players and players who are maybe just getting into the game or are like pretty late in like Dream of the Samurai, but not quite sure what to do and how to level up and how to get certain skills, how to make builds and all that other stuff. So I decided to do this. Let's start this new series for newer players and other players who are just wondering how to start off. Maybe you made a character and you want to completely start over, which I don't recommend, but I did it before, so I can't really judge you if you decide you want to do that. But yeah, this will be for anyone who's new to the series, anybody who's just recently got the game or whatever. So this is for you guys. I'm going to be in this series. I'm going to be basically running through the main story. I will not do any side missions. I will stick strictly to the main story. That way it won't take very long. But I'm going to go through the main story of every region through Dream of the Samurai, just to get everybody up to speed. That way when you do complete Dream of the Samurai, you're completely ready to go into Dream of the Strong, and then Dream of the Demon, Dream of the Wise, and then also Dream of the Nioh. Okay, so hope you guys enjoy the series. I hope you guys take from it what you need. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe before anything else, and we're gonna hop right into it. So right here where I am is the very beginning. I've already gone through the character creation screen. I've done the beginning cinematic and all that stuff. So now I'm in the interim, where you pretty much choose your weapon. Okay, so I'm gonna pick these up. You don't really need to pick these up if you don't want to. If you come here, it says peer into the water. This will pretty much just take you back to the character creation screen, so I'm not gonna do that now. We come in here, we have a selection of weapons. Okay, now if you've gotten the game just now, you pretty much are gonna have all these weapons. If you got the game before the DLC had come out, you're not going to have any of these weapons unless you have the DLC. The only two weapons that came with DLC is this weapon right here, split staff, and the fists. Every other weapon is already in the game. It comes standard. So you just come here and you pick a weapon. Well, you pick two weapons, okay? For beginners' sake, my recommendation I have two recommendations for beginners. First recommendation would be to pick the weapons that pretty much scale with your damage taking, basically. So that would be between axe and odachi. Okay, so if you choose the axe and odachi, you'll pretty much be able to wear heavy armor, allowing you to take more damage, rather than if you were to choose like dual swords or something and you will be in light armor. In my opinion, the best beginning weapon, like I said, is between a magic weapon and a strength and or stamina weapon. Okay, now you can go with the fists as a for your strength weapon, but the only reason I would not go with the fists is because you want to at least know the mechanics of the game before you choose this weapon. Now, I'm not saying this weapon is completely confusing and hard to use. It's really not, but since you're technically a beginner, this weapon deals with key management more so than any other weapon, just because you drain keys so quickly with them. So that's why I recommend going with like the axe or the odachi, because you're pretty much, the axe and odachi kind of force you to be able to manage your key, because you can only do but so many attacks at once before you have no key left. All right, so like I said, I will go with axe or where is it, odachi, which is here, or you can go with the switchglaive or the split staff, both of which scale with magic. Okay, but for, like I said, for this video's sake, I'm just going to choose the axe and the odachi. Okay, the sword is pretty good. Sword is pretty standard. It has a good balance between offense and defense. So this is like the most default weapon you can get between any weapon in this game. It's pretty good, but like I said, I would probably go with Dachi and Axe just as a start off. That way you can wear like heavy armor from jump, and like pretty much if you're not good at dodging or like evading and blocking and stuff like that, you'll be able to take damage without dying as quickly. Um, the spear, I do not recommend. Like you might see some videos that say the spear is a very good beginning weapon. I do not recommend the spear as a beginning weapon for anybody. If you're a beginner to this series, do not use the spear. No, just if you have to wait until you get the mechanics of the game down first before you try to take on the spear. The spear is not a very beginner friendly weapon in my opinion. Tonfa are pretty good. Tonfa also deal with key damage, key management, but Tonfa is also a technical weapon. If you don't know how to use the Tonfa's skill set, you're pretty much not going to get the most out of it. So I don't recommend Tonfa right now. Split Staff is really good. Split Staff, it can be beginning friendly or it can be for advanced players. Either way, Split Staff is a very good weapon. If you want to use them, if you want to start off, like I said, with a magic oriented build first, Split Staff or Switchblade is the go-to. I already talked about the fists. The hatchets I don't recommend for a beginner as well, because hatchets are pretty much throwing weapons. You're going to do majority of your damage by throwing them rather than attacking up close and personal. And since the hatchets don't really have a very long reach other than when you throw them, they wouldn't be a good start off weapon. Kusarigama, do not use this weapon. Do not start off using this weapon. It is not a good weapon to start off with. I'm just going to say that from jump right now. Kusarigama is not a good weapon to start off with. You need to have some experience under your belt before you try to use this weapon. Switchglaive is a very good start off weapon as well, because like I said, it scales with magic. So Switchglaive or Split Staff, those are pretty good go-tos. Dual Swords is another good weapon to start off with. I actually started off with the Dual Swords myself. I started with Dual Swords and these Switchglaive. Dual Swords is really good to start off with. They have a good balance. They do lack range, but they make up for it with speed. So if you want a speed oriented beginner like a speed oriented beginner weapon, Dual Swords is a very good weapon to go with. But we're gonna move forward. Next, you'll just choose your Guardian Spirit. As a beginner, best Guardian Spirit in my opinion as a beginner is going to be Mikami, which is this one right here. The wolf basically. If you feel like you don't like this Guardian Spirit, then the next best one I can say is the Pharaoh Guardian Spirit right here, which is the little lightning bird, because you get these free dodges pretty much like this. When you hit R2 and circle, you get these free dodges. This is also your burst counter, so that's really good. Other than that, I would not go with Phantom first. Phantom, you need to, like I said, gain a little bit more experience before you decide to use the Phantom. But in my opinion, I think Phantom is the best. But we're gonna go with the Brute Guardian Spirit. So that's how we're starting. So as you can see, whenever you choose a weapon and a Guardian Spirit, on the left side it shows you the points that you're getting. So you're getting +1 to strength, +1 to stamina, and +1 to strength again for the Guardian Spirit and the weapons I've chosen. If we press our touchpad, we can bring up our status bar, go over to our status screen to show our skills and stuff. And as you can see, most of your skills start off at a base of 5. Since I have my Odachi and my axe, and I have the Brute Guardian Spirit, that's giving me +1 to strength. You see I go up to 7 strength and 6 stamina. Okay, so that's what happens when you choose your weapon and your Guardian Spirit from the beginning. And I do recommend Brute and the Odachi and axe. So we're just gonna move forward now. My opinion too as well is, if you are a beginner, do the tutorials. Do them. You can't really lose. You're not going to lose anything. You can only gain from doing them. So I know sometimes you'll play a game, you'll be like, I don't need a tutorial, I'm just gonna hop straight in and beat the game. This is not that type of game. You will hop straight in and you will get destroyed because you don't know what to do. So do the tutorials first, then choose your weapons and stuff and do everything else. But do not, like, if you can always do the tutorials from the main menu, but I would recommend just doing them as early as possible. That way you can get straight into the game without having to try to fight enemies, die so much, and then be like, all right, let me go do the tutorial now. So do them beforehand. That way you can just go ahead and go through the game and not have any problems. All right. So we're gonna leave. Skip this. I don't need to look at that. Alright, so this is your main area, this is your main menu, blah blah, all that good stuff. Press the touchpad again, bring up your equipment, items, guardian spirit, learn skills, skill customization, status, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Alright, so like I said, go to tutorial, do that stuff. Yeah, now I'm gonna bring up this. Now the dojo, this right here is gonna be your best friend for anybody who's a beginner. Okay, any person who's a beginner who doesn't know what to do, come to the dojo, go to the training ground, practice, 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 practice. I've said this in previous videos a lot to certain people because practice makes perfect. If you come here and you practice your skills, you practice your combos, they even have enemies for you to fight in the training ground. Just go there, practice, spend a little time in there. You're going to spend a lot of time on this game trying to beat it, especially if you want to go through Dream of the Nioh, like get all the way to Dream of the Nioh and all the way to like the underworld and depths of the underworld and all that stuff. Excuse me. You're gonna have to, you know, learn the basics of the game. You're gonna have to learn enemy movements and enemy maneuvers and stuff, like basically their combos and their timing and what they do in certain situations, the cues that they give off when they're going to do a certain move. Go to the training ground, fight some of the random enemies. They give you a bunch of enemies that you can fight. You can fight yokai, you can fight humans. Like, go there, practice. It'll help you a lot. Okay, so go there, do your thing, practice, and you'll be good to go. Right now, when you first begin, you won't have the hidden tea house. The reason why I have this is because I've already beaten the game and I've gone pretty much through everything. So you won't have hidden tea house, but the hidden tea house is going to be explained later. So I'll save that for later when basically it becomes a thing. Other than that, you don't have to worry about tea house and stuff. Okay. Shrine, obviously if you come to the shrine you can level yourself up, make offerings, change your guardian spirit. You can go to the training ground from the shrine, summon a visitor, basically makes you summon another player to help you pretty much get through a level. But these do take Choco Cups, and I wouldn't recommend using them unless you absolutely have to, because the Choco Cups come in handy later on in game. But we'll get into that later on as well. Boons is just like it says, claim DLC items. I can just claim whatever I got right now. Okay. But yeah, we don't need to go over that right now. And then the hut. Come to the hut. All this good stuff here. Storehouses to help you like pretty much store weapons that you may want to keep for later. Manage equipment sets. I don't really use this. Everything else is as it is. Okay. But we're gonna get into the first mission, and I'm just gonna run through and pretty much show you guys, you know, how I would take on the main mission. But I'm gonna actually cut, and then we're gonna hop into it, and I'll come back in another part of the video. All right.